And intimately too. I'm talking about David the Dog O'Gorman. I bet you danced to that, didn't you, big fella?
Mate, I was rocking and rolling. How you going, Mr. Potter?
For an old fellow, I'm in great shape. What about you?
Oh, look, I'm going all right. Very hot and very windy today. You been for your swim?
I have indeed.
Have you? How'd you find the water? Nice?
Just down the road. I just walked in and there it was, right in front of me.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. What year was that song?
Oh, I think it was around about 66.
66. Well, that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about where is the future going. I've had so many people just in the last week ring me up, people I know that bought houses. One bloke got a house for 135 in 75, and that's worth about he paid 135. It was worth about $5.5–6 million. Lady bought one in 1970 for 33. That's worth a 2.5. And they're all asking me what to do, and I said, look, if you're going to downgrade and sell, you can invest your money and do what you like. But they said they saw this gentleman on the Rico show, Harry S. Stent. Did you see the Rico show a couple of weeks ago? This American bloke, he's an advisor.
No, I didn't.
Well, he reckons, and he was quite nice, very nice bloke, but on the Rico show he said America's had a big hit, and he says Spain, Portugal, Greece and all the other countries, he reckons the real estate market in Australia is going to, crash. I don't believe that. It's certainly slowed down. There's no argument about that. It's certainly slowed down. But I don't think it's going to crash. You might see the areas in the mining areas such as Gladstone and those areas in Queensland and Perth. If the mining boom comes to a halt, obviously they're going to come back a fair bit. But I just think Australia's a little bit different. We seem to be a bit more secure. Times are tough, I know that. But you look at, everybody sort of asked me about Generation X, which is 1960 to 1980, I've just checked up, and Generation Y, 80 to 95. I think Generation X would be going okay because they would have got married or got a property about 85, 86, and prices weren't that bad. The kids now at the end of 95, and you're going to get married in 2000 or buy a house in, say, 2005 or 6, you're looking at top value. I can't see the market crashing. No way, no one can I see that. But I can't see the market going up. We started business in the 80s, and the market's gone basically, the average house in Mossman from 100 to 2.5 million. I can't see that happening. And we're going to ask you, can you see that happening again in the next, say, 20 years?
I'm no expert, but I really wouldn't know.
No.
I wouldn't know. I mean, I would be less than honest if I volunteered an opinion.
Yeah, I can say for 3 years, I think the market, the next couple of years will be fairly tough. You can't predict what's going to happen in 20 years, but I can't see the houses at 2 million becoming 4 or 5 million.
I know it's going to be terribly difficult for those Gen Y kids to be able to afford a house.
Well, the thing I've noticed, mate,
I think they've given up already. That's why they kind of spend their money on more hedonistic pursuits, to be honest
exactly. With you. But the one thing that they don't want now, just speaking to Anthony, a lot of his mates, I was out the other day with them, and the girls, they don't want a lot of debt. It's funny, a lot of them use the debit cards or the cash cards now rather than the credit cards. So it's going to be interesting. But I say to all of them, if you want to buy an investment property or a house, you don't need the biggest. What you need is to have a happy life and to have a house that you want to live in. Now, it mightn't be the best house in Australia, but really, at the end of the day, as long as you're happy, who really cares?
That's the main thing, your happiness.
Your happiness. We're all the same. We all think about tomorrow. I hate to say it. I'm the same. I'm always thinking about how am I going to live and all that sort of stuff. Hate to say it, tomorrow mightn't come for you. You've got to enjoy today. But it is difficult because I think we all think the same thing. But I think the market for the next couple of years will be a bit tough. The bottom end, I think, will be good. The top end of the market, if you're a multi, it doesn't really happen. It's academic. But I think it'll be... I just saw a house the other day. It sold for 3.2 about 2 years ago, and they couldn't get 2.5 at the auction. But that's going to be interesting. But the bottom end of the market, yeah. And if you're looking to get some stuff into your super fund, buy a property, pay it off. You get to 60 or 70, and you've got 3 or 4 properties paid off. If you want some cash, just go and sell it.
Sounds good to me.
Fairly simple, isn't it?
Good advice from the big fella. You can get more from any one of our Gorman and Partners. That great team on 9968
4444.
That number again, 9968
4444. Before you get rid of me, how's your lovely brother and his son going? We went out to watch him last week play rugby.
They're good. I think he's been having the odd quiet kangaroo court and drink since the grand final. They got beaten, of course.
Yeah, they did get beaten.
But they played well. I mean, the other side had a lot of players from top grades in there. They stacked it a bit, the Old East, but they played well, the kids.
Can I just say something? 2 friends rang me after I'd come back from you and I was doing a few opens, and Blake rang me at 1:30 when he said, "You want to go out?" I said, "Not really, but I'll go." And I picked up two of my friends and went out. I've got to say, I thought the first grade game was more, interesting and more go than the first grade game. Did you watch the first grade game?
I did indeed. I liked the fourth grade game. I mean, we had an interest there with my nephew, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I thought it was a better game. They had a go. The kids had a go. It was played in a good rugby spirit.
If I get any more money, which I make, if I can make a little bit of money next week, I'm going to get you a pair of shoes and get rid of the pair of thongs, okay?
You liked my Havianas, didn't you?
Yeah, they look lovely. Your brother's a lovely bloke. I really enjoyed it. I was just saying, watching your kids play or watching people you know play, I know it's great watching the Wallabies. It's very enthusiastic and loving and great. You really enjoy it. But watching a kid play that you know, I find just as great.
Much more rewarding in my book.
It is.
9968
4444, and we'll see you next week.
You will indeed. 9968
4444.
Give him a call. Talk to you then, big fella.
Okay, champ. All the best.
Bye-bye.